Because theoretically, brother, if that worked, we should be live. Let me see. Thumbnail blows. But yeah, let's turn that down. And let's have a look. Yep, we are live. Mother fluffers. Just make absolutely sure of that. If you're in the chat and you can see us, if you can see our stoic asses, let us know. Let's have a look in this chat. Engin the Goats, I see a comment. Is that you? What the fuck? Come on.
No, it's not.
Hey, let's go, Engin. You got some love in here, Engin. I'll tell you what, for an older guy who's going a bit grey and in an ill-fitting t-shirt, you're getting some love right now. Tell you what, let's have a look here. Yeah, they love you, mate. You're like, what's up, Engin, says Jim Bob.
Let me see what the people says. Let me check from the other one.
Yeah, there you go, stoic. Yes. All things primal knows how we go. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. And you can probably see as I try and adjust the camera a little bit. I was trying to get the shirt in, trying to get the stoic shirt in there, mother fluffers. Can't do it, too fat for that. Get the microphone adjusted. We'll let a few people up on here. And it's the first live back after quite a long time. Engin Terzi, the man, the myth, the mother fluffing legend is back in the house. And even now, what are you doing, Engin? Tell the peeps where you are.
I'm in a city which is called Tokat for the national championships, but I'm not competing. I'm here as a trainer. This is the end of second day for the U15, U18, U21, and Masters. Yesterday was left arm, today was the right arm, and next 2 days will be seniors. And so, but it's good, you know. I was expecting less people, but it's over 1,000 people.
Holy!
Yeah, registered.
I love Turkey.
I think 1,060. But my guess that if there was no COVID thing, you understand, there would be around 2,000, because normally we were having about 1,200, 300. But year before the COVID, we started the arm wrestling in schools. So there was in the school there was regional championships before the finals. So in the city championships, even one of the city had more than 1,000 kids, you know, and the qualification took 1 week, and the governor get upset because the education stopped because of the qualifications, you know, in the city. So over 33,000 people competed. So we were expecting a lot more.
Whoa, sweet child of mine.
What's that?
Did you just say over 33,000 people competed?
Yeah, children in the grades, you know, it was like 7th and 8th grade together, and then 9th and 10th grade together, and 11th and 12th grade together, age groups, we did it. So there was, yeah, all over the Turkey in the qualifications, 33,000 something, you know, competed. So it was the first year. So we were expecting last year, which COVID started, it like our national championships to be even much bigger, because, you know, there was a lot of attention from the juniors. So, but because of the COVID, so many families didn't want to send their children to the trainings. You understand? So still, you know, 1,060 people competed.
It's fantastic, mate.
Yeah,
that is absolutely fantastic. I mean, I know that Japan get massive turnouts, Georgia get massive turnouts, but Turkey must be one of the biggest. That must be one of the biggest turnouts in any area of the world. I mean,
probably biggest. My opinion. Maybe Russia. I don't know how they are doing, but normally we are like 1,200, 1,300. People were competing around that.
So you must have signed a few autographs, taken a few photographs today, son.
Last 2 days, I mean, if I didn't catch COVID, I will never catch again, because like having like pictures like 200, 300 more probably. I stopped counting, you know. And then every time you go there, they tell you to bring the mask down, you know. So again and again and again, you know, just with children, you know.
Have you worked on different looks for the pictures? You know, do you have like happy Engin look, the normal angry Engin look?
It depends on it depends on what mood I was. Maybe in the morning I had good mood, I was smiling. Afternoon, you know, probably as usual I get pissed off something, you know.
Yeah.
And then all the pictures like this.
That's the one. That's the look there, isn't it? That's the one. If you want an authentic Engin picture, that's the one you want. You want so either you're just shouting at them like so, they're there like that, and you're going, that's the one you want.
People were so surprised to see me smiling because usually they see me when I'm competing at the national. So I stopped competing for the national team, and I competed 25 years, but I stopped since 2018. So people usually sees me while I'm competing, and when I'm competing, like I am like, you know, like so angry, so like anti-social, you know, you understand? Don't get people thinks that, you know, I am a little bit like this stuck up, but it's not, because it's the competition. So whenever I go now that I don't have so much stress on me, people were like so surprised that, you know, Engin is smiling and so nice. And this is in fact, you know, how usually I am in my daily life, you know, if someone doesn't provocate me, you know.
You put some clip on the other day, I was looking at it, right? I think it was Shakilov you were pulling. Tamura Shakilov. I think I could just see the back of Shakilov. And you pinned him. It was like the Worlds, and you pinned him, and you went frigging ballistic, and it was great because that Shakilov, great dude, isn't he? And I loved the picture as the camera panned round, and you're going absolutely going ape shit, and you could just see Shakilov's face. He's like,
it takes about 20 seconds for me to calm down, you know, because people always ask me, you know, why I'm angry. You know, I put so much pressure on me to motivate myself that I even create scenarios on my head that, you know, like to motivate myself, that to make it even more important than what it is, you know.
So you're more pissed off.
Yeah, like I like, I don't know, I just create something on my head that, you know, to motivate me, because it is very hard to keep the motivation for 30 years. You understand? So the motivation always changes for something, you know. And like, and then if I am like having some hard time to motivate myself to hit hard, and I just like I say, okay, there is a wall now front of me, wall. And then when the goal comes, I'm gonna hit the wall so hard, I'm gonna break my own arm, you know. I really make myself believe you're gonna break your own arm. Just go there, you're brave enough, just break your own arm, you know. And then whenever I hit the guy is no wall, you know, so it just goes, you understand? So in fact, we have more power than we think.
Yeah.
You can only bring it with the right motivation. Like normal life, you cannot bring that thing, you know, out of you. But with the right motivation, you are going to like generate more than, you know, you can do in the trainings. You understand? Because that in the training, it's hard to just make yourself like you are in a war all the time, because you can't be in a war in every 2 days or something. But you go competition, so there you really need to do something, you know, just like I make my head just so big before the competition. I like, for example, look at the, like, just before I pull Arthur last time, the first match I put Matt Mask versus Hermes Gasparini, and I put second match for me, because I watched Matt Mask and Hermes Gasparini. I saw those 120 kilo guys, huge guys. You understand?
Yeah.
And whenever I watch an arm wrestling match, I imagine myself pulling those guys. Like, I remember I was 65 kilo. I was looking at Alan Karayev. I was seriously thinking like how to beat that guy if I pull him. You understand? I was seriously like trying to make myself believe that I should beat everyone, no matter who they are. So whenever I watch Matt Mask versus Hermes, the 120 kilo guy, so automatically my mind plays like, what would you do against them if you would pull them? So right after that match, when I look at Arthur, he seemed to me so small compared to them. So that is why I set him to the second match.
Mm-hmm.
After I saw them, he didn't seem to me so big and dangerous. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. You're tuning in, mate.
It may look silly, but it works.
Oh, without a doubt. It's funny. Eddie Hall. Okay. We're speaking with Eddie Hall after he did the 500 kilo deadlift.
Yeah.
Eddie will have told this story a number of times, but Eddie did a similar thing. He got himself into a situation where he was picturing in his mind horrible scenarios involving his family.
Yeah.
Burning car, trapped on his son or something, horrible stuff, dark thoughts. And in his mind, as he went to lift the 500, he was picturing a burning car on his son, on his child.
Yeah. So he was lifting that, right?
He had to get it off,
Yeah.
And this is the kind of thing that he talked about that at length. And it's quite dark, but very powerful at the same time, Listen, before I forget, let's knock over a couple of super chats we've had in. So first of all, Courage, mate, thanks for your super chat. Really, really appreciate it. It really helps the channel a lot. He's put, how you doing, Neil? I'm excited for Chaffee's matchup with Levan. Just seen it's confirmed on Devon Larratt's channel, and we're going to get into that. Yeah, without a doubt, I'm sure that's going to be a big topic for us tonight. And then he's fighting with another super chat straight off the back of that, mate. You're on fire. He's put, Engin, if I had your accent here in Canada, I would have all the women. Instead, I'm stuck with a... He's stuck with...
What?
If he had your accent, he'd have all the women. But instead, he's just working the wrist.
Oh, for to build his forearm. Okay.
Yeah, well, it's that, isn't it? You gotta sometimes it's all about a fake taxi. You have fake taxi and you probably don't have that. It's good. Never mind, we'll leave it. Anyway, Engin.
Yeah.
Dave Chaffee.
Yeah.
Levan Saganashvili.
Yeah.
Not too far away now. Not too far away.
When was it exactly? Like 11?
I think it's September the 5th. I want to just double treble check the dates.
So about 4 weeks, huh? Not even 4 weeks.
Let me see if I can just pull it up here real quick. And to be perfectly honest, there's been a lot of chat around this. I'm going to just see if I can find it out. I think it's September 5th, but I might be talking rubbish. Anyway, let's say it is. For the purposes of today's chat, we'll say September 5th. My memory isn't what it used to be, and I've been away for a while. But right around the corner. Now, very mixed opinions on this one. I mean, the most recent match that we saw in the top 8 qualification stages with very good friend of ours, or two very good friends of ours, really, but Krasimir Kostadinov, guy who's very close to my heart. And you got to say, it was hard to bet on Krasi going into that. I mean, as much as you love him, very hard to see a way that he could have won that match, and it played out like that. He was Renault.
Yeah.
Now, this is a much more even matchup. Much more even matchup. Chaffee, super strong. Speaking to Krasimir himself, he said that it was the strongest arm he'd ever pulled against. And a lot of people have made similar claims. They've talked about how much top-end power Dave Chaffee possesses. Does he have enough to give him a shot against Levan, who's obviously imperiously strong himself, but is a very, very good arm wrestler? How do you see that match going, mate? Do you think it's very even money, or have you got a big favorite?
I like when sometimes, I mentioned that, the hand of Dave is the weakest link with him. It doesn't mean that Dave has a weak hand, but if you compare with his side pressure and the arm and everything, where would you attack against Dave? To hand, right?
100%.
I mean, you wouldn't want to go inside with him. Even Dennis Siplenko, struggled. So this way, I'm saying that if we compare with the arm and side pressure and everything, the hand is the weaker link compared to the other parts. Mm-hmm. So, and where is Levan is strongest is the outside skill. He can pull inside, but outside so on the paper looks like Levan is gonna win. This is how I see it. The only thing is, once Dave loses his hand, then he can't do a lot after that. He's not like Jerry. So on the paper, it looks like Levan will be able to
disable the tech or neutralize him.
Yeah, the hand. Yeah. This is what I'm saying. But then I remember when Dave beat Gennady in Poland after the Zloty tour, there was super matches. Dave was able to press him even without so much wrist control, but he had the pronator and with the side pressure,
Yes,
he was still able to beat him. So Dave's chance is from outside.
yeah.
Outside, but when I say outside, I don't mean pure top roll, but outer side pressure.
Yeah, you're talking if they're tied together and he loses a little bit of stability in his wrist.
Yes. If
a little bit of integrity's gone, but he's just got enough horsepower to muscle it.
Yeah. If he can keep both wrists in a neutral position, even if he loses his wrist a little bit, as long as he doesn't completely lose his pronator, I think he has chance to press Levan if he can do this. It's all up to Levan's hand and wrist. You know,
Do you
this
think
is the only way I
speed
can
is a factor, Engin?
What's that?
Do you think speed's going to be a factor here? Do you think one guy's going to, because we've seen Levan hit guys, you know, when we saw Levan with Vitaly, he is, for a very big man, he's explosive, he's fast. He's not necessarily the containing style that we're going to potentially see from Dave, because I feel like Dave will probably go into most matches feeling like he's stronger than you. You know what I mean? He's so confident in his power, so confident in that red line top end strength, that I feel like Dave maybe needs to probably be aware that he can't try and hang on to Levan, because I feel like Levan will bait you. He'll just sit there and then blast away, and that's a lot of top end to hang on to. You know, we've seen that in some of the later rounds with Dave in the past, he's tended to burn. We know Krasimir said the same thing about Levan, said that endurance would be a factor. I remember when we were talking about the Michael Todd scenario and the Devon scenario, he felt like that could be a major factor, that Levan hadn't got the best endurance.
Yeah, but just we cannot say that, you know, Dave has the endurance of Michael or
not
Devon
even
either.
Close. That's the point I'm making,
yeah.
really, mate. If you get to a situation where Dave gets into this situation once and has that power to just muscle it through, he can maybe do it once, but would he then be really?
You know, I think that it would be a close match if we can bring the game to that point. I think it will be a very, very close matchup. I saw a few training videos of Dave. He was training his pronator seriously, and I am thinking that he's not going to try a deep hook, because that way, once he loses his wrist, he will also lose his pronator as well. Even a straight side pressure, he may lose his pronator. But if he can, you know, Levan has very, very strong hand, maybe even the wrist, but he doesn't have so strong ability for like wrist curling, like controlling. He goes like more like straight, you know, with a straight wrist, he's beating the guy. Oh, of course, he has done this way as well, but I think that his wrist at the neutral position is stronger than his cupping, and his wrist curling. So there is a possibility, Dave, to keep Levan's wrist neutral. The only thing is that about the top roll example you gave with the Laletin, I mean, we can't compare Dave's outside skill with Laletin. Laletin is like much better, but I'm talking about technical way.
Yeah.
About the horsepower way, I will tell you something. Remember the first round, the Laletin and Levan.
It was,
yeah. You remember the start that came here, and then from here he get out. If Dave puts Levan to the similar position, his arm is not gonna go back like that, like Laletin's went, you know, because he has much more horsepower behind.
I agree 100%. I think that the danger for Dave early is that if he tries to outmuscle Levan and hold Levan, he then leaves himself susceptible to be out arm wrestled. You know, he almost needs to make it an ugly match. He needs to make it about top end strength.
Yeah.
And if he goes that, it's on. You know,
If he goes like, how do you call that? You know, like remember I was calling organized arm wrestling. You were saying something, you know, something different, like in a
yeah, to be honest, if you're in a situation where the integrity of the match is lost, the technical integrity is lost, and it becomes a dogfight, I think in that kind of a scenario, when it's a just raw dogfight and it becomes a material battle, I think Dave's chances increase dramatically, because I do believe that Levan Saganashvili is an underrated arm wrestler. I think he can arm wrestle very well, and people don't necessarily give him credit for the amount of arm wrestling involved in his victories. It's not just that he's this big Georgian monster.
No. I will tell you something. No offense to Dave, but Levan is a better arm wrestler than Dave in my book.
Certainly much more orthodox and much more technical.
I mean, he can hook, he can go sideways, top roll, he can move. While Dave has one super powerful, you know, side pressure, but it still doesn't look so smooth, but so powerful.
Oh my God!
You know, the problem with the people who didn't start arm wrestling like very early years, it is very hard them to become so technical. You know, later, like look at Todd, you know, incredible strong guy, but you can't say that he's just like a hand control master. You know, he's just like, you know, mostly like a powerful guy.
He's a one-trick pony, but it's a hell of a trick.
Yeah. It's so strong. I can't believe that, you know, like 94 kilo Zolev in a hook couldn't do much against Tatachin, who is like 55 years old. And I can't believe that, you know, he even 94 kilo Zolev couldn't really pass him from the center to this way. Any match that, like in strap, I would, if I had $1 million, I would put on Tatachin. Any match in the strap, I would bet that Zolev cannot pin him.
Speaking to Todd after that match, directly after that match, just messaging him, Todd was really disappointed in his own performance. I think he feels like he made some technical errors. We've all been, you know.
Yes,
he had the winnings of the match, and I 100% endorse that. I think he could have won that match. Few little tweaks, few amends to his technical approach to that match. I believe he wins. Out arm wrestled on the day, but let's be honest, who the hell hasn't been? Everybody that's ever put their elbow on a table, that kind of level, we've all had our ass handed to us at some point. Interestingly, mate, SG Records, thanks for your super chats. Come in with a comment here. He's put, Engin, Levan's favorite exercise is wrist curling.
Is it?
I don't know.
I will tell you something. I don't watch anyone's training. People tells me, did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see this? I don't watch it. Sometimes I see they put so much weight on hanging here and they do this, but I don't actually go to their YouTube page and then watch how they train, you know. If I saw on like Facebook or Instagram, if they put it, just, I mean, I see it automatically, you understand, because I'm looking at the page, you understand. But other than that, I never go search and watch what they are doing, you know. I am too much on my own way, you know. I don't care. I don't care what others are doing.
Well, the interesting thing on that as well is just because it's a favorite exercise doesn't necessarily mean it's something that you
come on.
excel at.
Any type of wrist curl you do outside of the table, I mean, cannot replace what's happening at the table. I mean, it's totally different thing. Just ask John Bursing, you know, how much his curl he did outside of table, and then, I mean, look at, like, the other day he told me that unlike people thinks, he said, you know, Engin, I never lost to Clive Dean. He says that he always holds a little bit low and a little bit like forward supination hooking move, and then you can't just, I mean, you don't need to use your wrist exactly this way at the table. Little bit adjustments, you know, it can make your wrist stronger. I have students who are doing wrist curl up to 20% more than I can.
Yeah.
We go table, I take the wrist like.
Yeah, it doesn't mean the integrity is there when you hit the table at all.
Yeah, I mean, synergy, the coordination that, you know, I can. You need to know how to control, and then, I mean, you can make the coordination, a few muscle groups together, and then you can apply a lot of pressure to guys' wrist. It's not like as simple as I don't think that in my life I have ever been the strongest guy in my category that, you know, lifts heaviest in the gym, you know. I don't think so. A few things maybe I was so good at it, like one arm pull up, and then the lately pronator. When I say lately pronator, the second half of my career, you know, the pronator I was doing heavy. Yeah.
Now we got a couple of super chats have come in. Courage is in with another one. He's put, with these two giants, I expect a slip will cause an earthquake, resulting in Michael Todd going under the table again. Tell you what, I'm gutted that match didn't happen. I wanted Michael Todd and Levan badly, and I still like that match. I still think it's a great. Oh, Courage has gone in with another one, 99 pence or 99 cents, but unfortunately nothing on there. Can't actually see anything. Thanks for that, Courage. Much appreciated, brother. He's on fire tonight, that boy. He really is. And then SG Records is coming. Neil, you've missed a super chat from Courage before mine. Have I really? Holy shit. Let me see. I do apologize, Courage. If that's the case, mate, I will fire back up and have a look at it. They're flashing up now and again. Mate, I can only see the 3 or the 4 with the 99 cents one. I will definitely find it though. We'll carry on for the time being. I will find that. Apologies, mate, if I've missed one. Yeah. Just popping up, and I'm trying to knock them off as they come over. Yeah, I know Michael's been bad. He's had COVID, scared him badly, but it's good to see that he's moving past that. And I wonder what the next step will be for Michael. That's going to be a really interesting one, particularly with his success over Dave Chaffee stylistically in the past. I'm pretty sure Michael will be really up for watching this match, and I need to try and tie up with Mike and see how he sees that match. I know Ryan Bowen put something out, I think it was yesterday, day before, where he was commenting that he felt Devon Larratt had lost confidence in Dave Chaffee's chances. He felt like Devon believed that Dave Chaffee's unlikely to win. Be an interesting one. I think that I want to see the betting stream on this. I want to see what people think. Guys, in the chat, give us a show. Put Levan or put Dave. Let's see how the public are feeling about this. Oh, Matt Tickle My Limits Larratt's come back in with a super chat. Mother fluffer. How's it hanging? Love the dude. What's happening, legends? I got Dave on the surprise win over Levan. Wouldn't that mix the world up? Yes, it would, mate. It would mix the world up. But it wouldn't be as surprising probably as people think in some respects. Styles make matches. They really do. And I
mean, at the end, the strength says the last word, you know. If you are talking about high-level arm wrestling, it is not only a chess game, you know. It's a chess game that plays with horsepower. But all I see that Levan, if you realize that he's a humble person, Levan is not stuck up. And he's a very realistic guy. He's a very respectful guy. So those type of guys, because of their personality, they don't underestimate people. You understand? Yeah. They don't understand. So it means it is not a good thing for Dave, because if Levan was some stuck-up guy and then like I'm the best and this that, maybe he would be less than where he can be against Dave if he didn't take him serious enough. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but I see that he's taking him seriously, and I believe that, you know, he will be there at his best. So I think we will see both best of Dave and best of Levan. I on the paper I see Levan winning, but as I said, you know, there is a possible way to win. So I mean, there is a possible way to win, but as you know, Neil, that you need to apply enough of power to make that successful. You understand? Right. Just because there is we see on the paper, you know, there is a possibility. We see, you and I, we both see the same point. But again, you know, I mean, if Levan is strong enough, he will just win. You know, I mean, if they, as I said, you know, can keep Levan just at neutral position with the enough side pressure, maybe he can open his arm, you know, that way. You know, you never know. But if you tell me, you give me, you know, I don't gamble. It's against my belief, but I mean, if you just say that, okay, Engin, I give you $10,000 bet somewhere, I would bet on Levan. Yeah. Here's a question for you, mate. I'm just looking at the chat here. We got
A lot of Daves. Dave. Oh, and then we got some Levans coming in and some big Levan claims as well. 5-1 Levan, says James soon. Yeah, going to be interesting. What I wanted to ask you, Eric McAtee, actually, thanks for your super chat, mate. He's just come in and said, do you think arm wrestling math is like MMA math? It kind of is, mate. Yeah, there is a definite styles make matches is the order of the day. And you look at arm wrestler A, you look at arm wrestler B, you look at arm wrestler C, and just because one beats the other doesn't mean they're going to beat the other. It really is a fine balancing act. And at that level, there's no room for error. And that sort of brings me to the next question in some respects. Let's say it goes Dave's way and his integrity in the wrist and hand is rock strong and he sets the hook and he sets the hook early.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Levan's got enough top end power to hang with him in the hook?
I don't. Even if Dave hooks him, I don't think that it will be an easy match for Dave. I'm not saying Dave is not gonna win, but I don't think it will be like walking in the park for Dave. Yeah. You know, Levan can pull. Levan has the quality of a lightweight guy. I'm not talking about really top lightweight guy. You understand?
We're talking about a solid mid-range middleweight puller.
Yeah, he can pull this way, that way, and then I mean, compared to his size, he's moving so quick at the table, so aggressive. I mean, it's just like you can't believe that, you know, that guy with that size, that aggressive, that quick,
so
you know, that transition, he can do it. I mean, the smoothness is not same as like Jones or like some other top guys, but still, you know, like you wouldn't expect that guy to be. He's not like Alan Karev. He's not like, you know, like Vakkan Yavahadze. You know, the guy is just different. He's not only about the size, you know.
Yeah, 100% agree. As I said earlier, I do think people have the sort of the myth and legend surrounding Levan is that he's this huge, blown up, super powerful lad, and that's all his victories are based on that. And it couldn't be further than the truth. The man can arm wrestle. He can really pull, and he's shown that a number of times. And I really think this is a little bit boxer against the puncher in this respect. I think Dave's the guy who's bringing in all the top end power. And I think Levan's the guy who's bringing a little bit more finesse than people possibly think. And that's why I lean towards Levan just on the arm wrestling side of things. But I'll tell you what, if Dave does have the ability to set the power and can get into a hook, can get the match turned in, that's when I think we learn a lot about Dave also. Because as you've pointed out there, I think Levan's got a good situation if it's anywhere close in terms of the strength. And it comes down to a integrity of technique, staying with your arm, fundamental technical arm wrestling. I'd love to see Dave Chaffee tested in that respect. I'd love to see how tidy he is, how well he can stay with his arm. Does he just go ugly top end power, or will he stay with his arm really well if it turns into a real battle, which is what everybody's praying for?
I have seen Levan and Gennady in hook. You know, Gennady is also another guy that, you know, he can pull in anyway, in any position. And I mean, as long as you didn't pin him, almost like same as like Michael Todd. I'm not talking about the desperation move, but almost like Michael Todd, that, you know, you bring Michael Todd to like half an inch from the pad, you still can't say that you won the match.
No.
The other day I was watching the U.A.L match, Rambat with all his shoulder, all body was on him, and then Michael was holding him like this. And those were the times that Michael was not going on the table. He was holding him like this. I mean, like I was like, mathematically, it's not possible. Rambat with his shoulder on your bicep, and your bicep is like open more than 90 degrees, and then you're holding him there, and then he actually bring you here, you know, from that point. So what I try to say that Gennady is the same type of guy. He can pull in any position. So I saw them in hook where Levan won. I think it was Bulgaria 2018 Europeans. I think they had a very good hook match. And Levan won. So Levan's hook quality, I mean, he can press with the shoulder, he can hold with the bicep. He never loses his angle unless, you know, you just open it with your, but he never puts himself in bad position once he is hooked. In fact, he has better angles than when he topples. If you realize that when he toppled Laletin, he had some moments that, you know, he was very open here. he didn't topple like this, but he was like more like a riser, you understand, like a levering, you know. And but in hook you don't see him that bad angles, you know. He is close, and I think that with the power that he will have against Dave, I think that he will be an incredible. I don't think that they will dominate Levan even in hook,
No,
unless they hook him, and then Levan tries to top roll him, and he cannot.
yeah, and it extends. If Levan tries to escape and fails, then we've got a problem. But if Levan's confident in his power, if he engages the hook, if he sets in there and sets himself, settles down, and lets that elasticity take over, we get into an arm wrestling match. That's when I'd be interesting to see it.
Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you. Except Dennis, I think nobody gave Dave trouble once he gets in sweet spots.
Yeah.
True? Yeah,
I've not seen it. Dave, when he gets in that sweet spot and he gets driven in there, is astronomically strong.
The only guy that was head to head with him in that position, I think I saw them in A1 with Dennis. You know, they were like, Dennis sometimes tried a little tornado, but sometimes they were like.
Even there though, it was you kind of felt like he wasn't. He was trying to roll through. It was a powerful roll, but I don't think he was really engaging where he sat drove forward, dug deep, and
no. But that has never been.
I like to see.
That has never been Dennis's hooking style. Dennis never used. Dennis used always bicep. You know, not the joint. I never seen.
Even Dennis he got into pronating quite hard, Dennis, as well. He was not shy of using the kings. We've had a couple of super chats in, both for you, I think, mate. Here we go. Eric McAtee, thanks for your super chat, mate. He's put Engin. Oh, I love this. Engin, where is your Iron Dick t-shirt? We need to get you an Iron Dick t-shirt. If I send you an Iron Dick t-shirt, mate,
I wouldn't put such a shirt on me.
You'd come on this shirt. You'd come on this show with an Iron Dick t-shirt. That'd be all. I bet he would. Put in the chat if you want Engin to wear an Iron Dick t-shirt on the show.
I will know. You give me $10,000, I will still not put that on. I'm type of person that wouldn't do anything, you know, that doesn't want to do it. Even you pay how much money you want.
I'll tell you what we need to do, Engin, joking aside. We need to do an Enigma of Rage t-shirt.
Yeah.
Which is like on this one. Okay, we got the stay strong, be stoic. Right?
Yeah.
With you, it could be stay strong, get pissed off.
Yeah, I will tell you something. I have, I think, 3 nicknames that have given to me. One Cobra gave me. He said, Engin, you are a walking encyclopedia. And then other 2 are given by you. You used to call me Angry Turk.
Yep.
And now, last 10 years, you have been calling me Enigma of Rage.
Yep.
And so it looks like you decided the Enigma of Rage, instead of Angry Turk. Or you use both.
Describes you better.
Which one is Enigma of Rage?
Yeah, Enigma of Rage, because you're a complex
even I don't know the answer of it. Why it is like that? I mean, why Enigma? Where did the Rage is coming?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, you could do. There's so many shirts that you could do just for when you pop up after a pin. You know, like your Engin fans, your hardcore that are really like tuned into your inner rage. It'd be great if you and then the first thing your opponent sees is a shirt, and it's just got your eyes on, and it just says "fuck off," and then underneath, no, really. That'll be a good shirt. Put in the chat if you'd buy the Engin Terzi fuck off shirt.
There's a fuck off shirt. No. Enigma Rage. There is no involvement of the fuck or something. You know, just forget it.
It'd be funny though, mate. That'd be bloody funny shirt. And I'll tell you what, in North America, people would wear that shirt. They'd be like, "Yeah, fuck you." You could do "fuck you," and it could.
I know.
And then an exclamation mark.
Yeah.
Be a good shirt. Now then, let's have a look what else we got in here. Oh, just as I say that, in comes Swedish arm wrestling television. Krieger Wickeland in the house. I think he's probably going to be at the Hardanger Open this weekend. What's he got here? What's up, guys? Hardanger Open right around the corner. Will be fun filming as much material as possible. See you there, Engin. 100%. You're over there, aren't you, mate? Yourself and the GOAT, Johnny B, is going to be there. You're both doing seminars?
Yeah, John and I, they said that I asked what kind of seminar, and they said there will be like a lot of tables, and then we will be walking around, and then telling the guys, what we think.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's going to be that's going to be a good time, mate. We got another super chat here from Doug Mutty, and he's put, Levan has more pronation than Michael, Todd, and Devon. So how does Dave win?
Yeah, but do they only did they only beat, did Devon beat Dave because of pronation, or it was because of I mean, would Devon's pronator help him if his shoulder was just like this position? I think it would be like this, So the thing that is stopping Dave wasn't pronator alone, but just like going under the table with the shoulder and straight arm. If this shoulder was here, it would like this. I would bet you not. I'm not talking about that Devon that we saw in Dubai. It may be different.
Oh, that's a different
different story. But that Devon and Dave on that day, in an orthodox arm wrestling way, Devon would get flashed every round, if he didn't go below.
Yeah, I'd love to see the Devon that was in Dubai pull with Dave. That's another interesting.
Yes.
Back to orthodox stuff. Now, just had a comment from Timmy Turner, my man Timmy Turner in the chat. Arm Wars legend Frodo Hoagland versus Coach Ray. I was on the phone to Coach Ray about a half an hour before we came on this show. His hair was looking magnificent. The World Championships is cancelled, and some of the Latvian stars may be coming to Arm Wars reality check. So keep your eyes on that. And Doug, have I missed your super chat?
I heard that the WAP can be moved to some other country, so it is not totally gone yet.
Really? I did not know that. I just read the email, but I didn't think that there was going to be an opportunity. Oh, Doug, I did get you super chat, brother. I did get it. It's the Levan has more pronation. We just addressed that, mate. Thanks for that super chat. I did actually get it. Unless you've sent another one in and I haven't seen that, in which case I am what we in the trade call a penis.
Also, the another thing that that is not like the scenario that you and I had about the possible way Dave to win had nothing to do with the pronation of Levan, but it was more about wrist of Levan, because Levan can pronate from here. And then if they can pronate from the other side, if they stay in a neutral position like this, and then the side pressure will play an important role there. So that is not only about the pronation of Levan, but he also needs to have control over Dave's pronator, then he can win. But if he hits from here, and then if Dave hits from there, and then if they stay in the same position that Levan and Laletin stay on the round one, then we will see more of horsepower from Dave compared to what Laletin applies to that way. Laletin is a strong guy too. I think Laletin of today, much stronger than Laletin that we saw against Levan,
Yeah,
I was expecting him to beat Krasimir, but to hold him in hook. If you would say that could Laletin beat Krasimir in hook, I would say maybe, but to hold him like this and not to even feel it and just do like this, I mean, it was as impressive as, maybe even more impressive than the way that Dave beat Krasimir in WAL, inside.
It was remarkable, absolutely remarkable. Whoa, what the fluff? Just breaking off here. I've got a note from my man Fox 8-Ball, and he's put, why am I banned from the live chat? If I've done something I really do. Mate, you should not be banned from anything, Fox 8-Ball. I have literally no idea what you're talking about, mate. I certainly have not banned. I wouldn't know how to ban your ass.
Come on, you are becoming like Engin, banning people, blocking people. Come on, you are Neil Pickup. You are not Engin. Why are you blocking people? Come on.
I know I ain't blocked nobody. I ain't. Look, the only blocking that goes on in my house is from my missus. I ain't blocked the goddamn thing. Little joke there, Engin. Give that a couple of minutes that you'll get that. But right now, nothing. Absolutely nothing. No, Foxball, dude. Don't know what's going on there, mate. I really do not know what is going on there. How the frig do I unblock him if he's blocked? Because I ain't blocked him. We'll get to that. Oh, he's there. What the? Surely you're in the chat, mate. I don't know what's going on. Oh, I'm losing the plot, Sam. Foxball's back in. And he's put, it came up, I was banned, then got a timeout, I swear down. Don't even know how that works, mate. I need a moderator. Where's Ms. El Jador when I need him? Well, I know. I've got a few guys that have said about that. Now, let's have a look here. What have we got in the chat? I'm curious too. Ray looked sharp versus Cedis. Hey, let's talk more about where we were going because we got off that topic too early. Vitaly Latin.
Mm-hmm.
If you were betting, I know you're not a betting guy, but if you were betting right now, do you think he's the man?
Even versus Levan? I will tell you something. In the way that he was pulling, you know, like he was generating the power from here, not from here. I saw the match in a slow motion with Levan.
Yes.
They start both high, and then Lalatin keeps holding here, but he generates the power from low, you know. And then once Levan rises up, and then you know, just Lalatin's power is just melted in the hand. So if Lalatin wants to beat Levan, I don't think it's only about the strength. He needs to really apply the pressure to the right. He needs to have a little bit more wrist, more wrist.
You're locked up a little bit there.
And then he needs to
repeat that point, mate. You're locked up a little bit there.
What's that?
We lost your signal for a moment, mate. Just repeat that point. You said he really needs to, and then you locked up.
I mean, he needs to a little bit have like wrist control. Yeah, I mean, to just only dropping your hand and then just applying pressure from the little finger, and then once Levan is rising up, your hand is getting melted in his hand. You know, I saw that. You know, he's generating from here incredible power, but then his own hand is not protected enough against Levan. So if he wants to beat Levan, he needs to have a little bit control over Levan's tornado. Only back pressure to back pressure this way. I don't know. Remember, only the round one, first start, there was a foul. First start, Lalatin really caused problems to Levan. But remember, we had a live, not the live, it wasn't live, I think. We had a conversation. Even Levan was with us. I asked Levan, like, how did you, what happened in the round one? He said that he wanted to control Lalatin's wrist. He said he thought that he could control. And then that is why he kind of first lost his wrist. And then he started back pressure. But if you realize that once he realized on the first start that he can't control Lalatin's pronator with his wrist, then he started directly hitting outside, and then the rest was not so hard for him. So what I am just thinking that if Levan started to target directly the hand of Lalatin, even from the first start, I think that it would be a domination like that we saw in the later rounds. So the only mistake he tried to control, like the way that he beat Tim Brezen and others like this, you understand? So he wanted to do the same thing too. I think that right now on this earth, nobody can hook Lalatin in a fresh match.
Yeah.
There is a possibility to hook Levan. It's a small possibility, but I don't see any possibility. I mean, every athlete who arm wrestle, they are all in my head. I don't see anyone who has potential to hook Vitaly. I don't think so.
Yeah, when Vitaly really engages himself and drives off that low-handed top roll and pistol grips. I remember, you remember I want to say it was the European Championships when he pulled Gatalo in the final and they went for
no. It was WAF.
Was it Worlds? Okay, so we're at the Worlds with Gatalo.
Yeah, 2010 Malaysia.
Unbelievable. Maybe the best match.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know Gatalo, check him out because I mean you've had him over in Turkey recently, a couple of years ago, a year ago, less.
Yeah.
Bad man. I mean, he's an absolute monster.
I mean, if you look at him, he is, you know, when you look at like early years of Lalatin, that you look skinny and you think that he's a weak guy. When you look at Gatalo, Alexander Gatalo, I mean, if somebody would bring me, they say, okay, would you put like $10,000 against this guy? I would say, just come on, come on, let me go to bank and come back, But the guy generates, I don't know how, from that skinny arms, no shoulder, no leg, I mean, no arm, like I don't know where the power comes from. Just,
I think he's
rock.
wonderful. He's
Rock.
a freak of God, and I love him. I think
Yeah.
Gatalo is awesome. One of my favorite arm wrestlers. Really, really so underrated. He's one of those guys that's always been there. And he's
What were you gonna say? What were you gonna say about him?
When he pulls, to me, when Vitali locked into that match from the pistol grip in the second starting strap and just sat in there, it gives him a lot more access to his arm. He doesn't, as it does with most people, you're not going to get off your arm and get exposed, opened off your shoulder. And I think if he gets enough stability through the elbow to hang with the really powerful guys, the Dave Chaffees, the Levans, and so on and so on, I think that's when he goes to a completely different level. Because just on the genetics of the guy, the length of the forearm, the size of the hand, his natural prowess in a top roll, and his well-suitedness to that, I think if he can hang people up with that low-handed top roll, just sit, post for a moment, they're on a very, very sliding scale. I will
tell you something.
Talk about the egg timer running out. My God.
You're talking about, like, it sounds like you're talking about the Laletin that we know in the past. Laletin that we just saw in Bulgaria, he doesn't have to do anything. Once he cracks the guy, he will kill the guy. Trust me, it's not the same guy, right
Krasimir,
now.
Yeah, but I don't know whether he would kill the guy if the guy was the Devon Larratt that we saw in Dubai or another superhumanly strong, big, giant.
I mean, the horsepower. Listen, the horsepower that he showed inside just gives me an idea that how strong he would be once he top roll a guy. I think that he would, because his outside is stronger. Like I never seen him in a competition trying to hook. Never seen him.
No, so but I think that's magnified, mate, or that is definitely magnified when he's pulling a guy with a relatively short arm who's so much smaller. Someone like Krasi. Krasi had all the disadvantages and no advantages in that match, really. Because once he's lost his hand and wrist, there's nothing else for him to hang on to there. He's just that.
Yeah, but just remember. Do you remember Krasimir? Do you remember Krasimir with Kurdesha?
Yes, I do. But
yeah.
I think Kurdesha was well timed for Krasimir at that time. I think Alex is a developing force. He's nowhere near the polished athlete that we saw with Vitali. I think in a couple of years, if Alex continues to progress,
no. What I'm just saying
would be a different.
I mean, okay, but you think that where did you see that once Dave losing his wrist is winning the match like this?
With Vitali,
once Vitali top rolls Dave, I don't think that the match will take more than a few seconds.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. It will be interesting to see how much finishing power he's got. I don't think we've seen evidence of that yet, is what I'm saying.
I don't know. With Trubin and other guys. Remember Pushkar top roll Trubin and Zloty?
Yes.
And then he couldn't finish. And then
let me just go out on a limb here, mate, and tell you, I think
Trubin was beating him that way with the dead wrist, Pushkar. He stopped him here and then was beating Pushkar. I think Pushkar fouled out, as far as I remember. Something like that happened. Or Trubin fouled out, something happened. But I think Trubin won. But he was just like this against Pushkar. And those were like accepted as the prime time of Pushkar. In a super match, he beat him. But in the Zloty tour, he held him like this.
Yeah.
And then he was actually beating him. But with the Laletin, Laletin just hold him and just like.
I think the Latin's the man right now, mate. Right now.
You mean he will beat Levan as well?
I think he beats everybody right now.
That's my opinion. For me, it depends. I think that for me, it all depends on what kind of technical adjustments he will do from last time to this time against Levan. Again, if he just goes with a low hand top roll and only pull this way, he may still lose his wrist. But what I saw was that I think that Laletin's fingers are much more stronger than his wrist. His wrist is strong, but I saw that when Levan beat him, Laletin still kept his fingers in a very good position.
Yeah,
but his front was going down, so his hand was sliding down. But his wrist fingers were not like this. But if you watch Levan's fingers were like like this, even when he was winning. Yeah, like his Liepins' grip is stronger than Levan's grip.
Yes. But the thing is, mate, that's that natural. I talked about it a moment ago, and I want to go back to a couple of things you said. That's that natural genetic advantages, physical advantages, leverage advantages that Vitaly Lalatin possesses, which we see really evidenced against guys like Krasimir, who've got such a short lever, and that creates a situation where they're technically in a very, very shallow pool. They haven't got a lot to draw on once they go past that. Now, you talked about Kadecha, Alex, who I'm a huge fan of. Alex Kadecha, for me, is a potential monster in the sport of arm wrestling. When that guy has more experience, if he can get really technically trained, if he was under someone like you, for example, someone who's technically adept, I think Alex Kadecha is venom unleashed, mate. I think that guy can be.
He's too much depending on his back pressure and brachioradialis instead of
he's learning, and he's
like a forearm control, you know.
He's just like so
much, you know, just back pressure.
But can you imagine him polished? Can you imagine him with?
Yeah. I mean, just. I mean, no disrespect to him, but just put my head in his head, and then give me just 1 year, and then just bring me Levan, you know.
Mate, I'd like to. I tell you what, I couldn't have said it, but I would love to get time with Alex Kadecha. I think I could turn him into a friggin' serial killer. That you talked about it earlier. The movement, the speed, the explosivity, all the elements that you need to be a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, he has it. He has the desire. He has the fire. He has the fire.
Oh, he's exciting. But he's one of my favorite artists in the world.
Too much depending on power, you know, instead of the eliminating the key points. You understand? Just pulling someone with so much power. After a while, you pulling the guy's legs from the pad, you know. But what is resistant here? You just pulling this way. But just if you would just a little bit risk or here, and then you cut all the connection here. You understand? A little bit raw with your wrist, and then you will open the arm. You know, he's too much arm wrestling against the hand instead of the pronator of his opponent and his arm. You know, the hand's job is like to control the arm. It's the pronator's job to control the hand. But here is not only for this, but it is just, you know.
Oh, I've lost
just
you.
Just to cut the connection here, you know. He just a little bit hand control and a little bit side pressure. He would be just totally different person, you know.
Yeah.
And the only good part, not the only good part. The best part about him is that he has so much desire. He loves it. Understand?
Yes.
He has the desire. He wants to do it. Yeah. That is the most important part.
He's got a ceiling though. At the moment, nobody's got their arm around Alex, and nobody's nurturing Alex. Nobody's helping Alex through. He's got into the ascendancy really quick. If somebody gets their arm around that guy, he's only a puppy, for Christ's sake. You know, somebody gets their arm around that kid, fuck, he's gonna bury some people.
Neil, what I understand that, you know, no matter how much you know arm wrestling, you can't make everyone become a champion. It is, you can only bring out their potential, of understanding, their potential of application. So that is very important, that the person really trusts you, believes in you, and then really has intelligence to understand, has like skills to apply, and then you can help the guy. I train many guys. Some become world champion. Some can't make top 5 in national championships. I mean, like if the guy doesn't have potential, you can help someone. You know, this is my opinion.
Yeah, 100%, mate. I've got a super chat in here. From Courage, thanks, mate. Love this. He's put, if Engin wore an Iron Dick shirt, the arm wrestling community would have some new members in 9 months, resulting in harder competition. Yes, it's official, Engin. We need to get you an Iron Dick shirt. You'll never wear it, and it'll sit in the wardrobe for the rest of eternity. But at least you'll own an Iron Dick shirt, son.
I will not. You know, sometimes I see, like, if they give you $1 million, would you walk in a mall, you know, naked or something? I was like, it's okay, you know, no need.
Dude. $1 million, I will walk anywhere you want naked. I'm talking all 6 sets of tits hanging. Not a problem. See, I'll walk in on a cold day. I'll walk in when it's so cold that I turn into a woman. all right, Engin. Let that digest for a minute. That's the kind of level I'm at. We're talking about $1 million, Engin. It's $1 million. To walk around naked. I can take abuse for $1 million. I've been abused for a hell of a lot less than $1 million, Engin. You've abused me for less than $1 million. You know? And Devon Larratt, and that kind of, you know, think about that. $1 million. Oh.
If I had $1 million, I would keep 100,000 for me and $100,000 for arm wrestling promotion, and 800,000 I would feed the poor people, you know. That makes me happy.
No, good for you, mate. There's a lot of interesting facts come out about you on these shows, Enigma of Rage, and that's why you got the name. And for those people who were in the chat and didn't know, Engin also loves cats.
Yes. Yes, I lost my cat. If you guys would see me, you couldn't believe in your eyes that, you know, like I cried like a kid, you know. And it took like a few days, you know, like my eyes were like all red, you know, because the cat was so little when I adopted. I don't buy cats from outside, but I mean not like with money, but from the street, you know, just when I see that, you know, they need help. And she died because of eating a flower or something that poisoned her.
Oh.
And then I mean we did everything, but she was just like shaking like this from me. It just really hurt me, you know, so badly.
Horrible.
Yeah. Just I felt like, you know, I mean the cats are amazing animals, you know. I before I really didn't think that they were that amazing, and then my wife told me to get one, and then she convinced me, and then after I saw, but right now I love them on the street. I'm afraid to take them home again, you know, because I can't handle the same thing again. It really hurt me, you know.
Just a second, Engin. When your wife told you to get the cat, what was their exact words?
Her words or mine?
Yeah, her words. What she say?
Yeah, look at how beautiful they are, how good they are, and then later when the cat started scratching the furniture, and then she's like, we need to get rid of. I said, no way, you know. Okay. Now I love her. You cannot make her out, you know. And I didn't, because like the furniture, like when they get itchy, and so they go like everywhere.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, I know that because cats hate me. Cats
sometimes
get on me because I'm like basically part man, part cushion. Okay, so a cat will get on me and it'll be like, oh, a cushion, and it'll be like just prodding around and plucking the living shit out of my stuff and things. But I needed to clarify the wording of your missus, because if she said, oh, Engin, why don't you get a cat? They're lovely animals. That's fine.
Yeah.
Me, I knew a girl, and she once said to me, get the pussy. Is a different thing.
Okay.
Now then, let's have a look what we got in the chat. Dane Lee, thanks for your super. Holy, Dane Lee, $50 super chat, dude, amazing. Another 900,000. Now
I'm kind of guessing it's a very hard question since it's $50.
You know what? Get this. It says, cheers, looking dapper with the hair, sir. Now, I'm assuming it means you, mate, because my hair's long as at the moment. I have not got a chance to get out and get my hair cut. So I've got this long mop. I'm like a little fat Jesus. But we'll move forward with that. Dane, love you, dude. Thank you very much for the super chat. What else we got here? Chauvinist. What the hell? Most Jews are liberal and support LGBT. Most people are too afraid to admit this. Okay. SG Records. Thanks for your super chat. Neil, I'd stake on you in World's Joking Tournament. Dude, you'd probably lose your money, but I'll take that.
If the subject is about arm wrestling and arm wrestlers, you would win.
Mate, I will. We have to set time limits on me and Engin when we do one of these lives, because we would full on stay on here all friggin' day.
You always have some funny stories with the American arm wrestlers.
Mate, I've got so many things have happened to me in arm wrestling. You wouldn't believe it. Like weird, amazing, stupid stuff that's just happened over time. And if I told some of it, if I ever wrote a book, Engin, and put some of those stories together, there'd be some good stuff in there. Let me tell you right now, there will be some good stuff.
Can I read them before you publish that?
Oh, mate, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, at least the things about me, maybe you remember wrong. You know, I will help you to correct them.
It's funny, I've just had Ket's Bond coming here, and he's put nice hairstyle on there, looking good. I always wonder, are people taking the piss here, or they actually think that I look better with long hair? Because I swear to God, I would have had this cut off by now. Just I've been away and I haven't had a chance to do anything. I've had to like sweep it back, which, you know, there's a reason that Don Johnson wasn't fat. Yeah, let's have a look. Why does it look like Neil's trying to hold his laugh? Don't know. Not sure. I'm not trying to hold. No. I'd have let it out by now if there's one. I love the shirt idea. I still think you should go with the shirt idea, Engin. We do need to get a shirt sorted for you of some description, because the opportunities are, honestly, the bottomless, mate. We could have so much fun with that. I mean, you'd probably be, if you launch your own T-shirt line, you'd probably be rich. You know, I don't sell many shirts, but we have some really good quality merchandise. I don't sell many, but I get the feeling that if you launched a shirt, you could do really well, mate. And you might be able to feed a few poor people with that.
For me, principles are before the money.
That is true. I know
that's why Enigma of Rage T-shirt, yeah, I wouldn't mind. But Iron Dick, no need.
Here we go. Craig D has put a comment in here. He's put, Neil, will you come out of retirement like Brezink? Well, at some point, I may come out of retirement. There'll be a very big difference in me and Brezink. He came back as the greatest arm wrestler of all time. My return would be more like a fat old guy coming back into arm wrestling.
I think you would still be a very dangerous guy, you know. I do you know what I see, Neil? People who depended on their power alone couldn't arm wrestle in a world level for a long time, while the technical guys are more effective, you know, because they can use their strength in a as good as possible, you understand, in a smart way. Oh, you can tell me that, you know, Tatachi is not so technical, but horsepower, he has this and that, but they don't have, he's 8 years older than me, but in arm wrestling life, I think I am like 10, 12, even 15 years older than him.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Because he started after 36, 37, while I started like 16.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
one of the interesting things for me in it, mate, is just if I came back into arm wrestling right now, I'd be questioning myself as to why. Because I've put so much time and effort into the promotion of the sport and other areas, and I'm interested in the sort of youth element of the sport and seeing the guys coming and the guys that are coming through in the sport. And I don't feel that hunger and aspiration to achieve in arm wrestling anymore. And I know that I'd be fighting an uphill battle anyway, because it's a young man's game. So for me to try to get back to a level when there's so many supremely talented young men, I don't know. I mean, I'd arm wrestle again. I'd love arm wrestling.
I think that if you come back, you are not gonna be as good observer as you are now, because you will be in it. You won't be looking at from outside that way. Once you are in it, you don't see everything, you know, wide enough. You understand? So you need to be a little bit back, and then you see everything clear. Yeah.
It will be watered down because if you know that, I mean, you know that better than anyone, mate. If you're going to go after it, you've got to really, you can't put the brakes on. You got to go 110%. You know, you're in.
Yes. I mean, someone like you can't be an average arm wrestler.
No.
Because what drives us, you know, to this point, was like a desire to become the best.
Correct.
That motivated us. Not actually that we so much loved arm wrestling. We love it, but that wasn't the case. The case was we wanted to become the best. Once we can't become the best, we will not have the same motivation anymore.
No, it's I feel almost, I don't know whether I get the fire back, because I don't think I could come back, and I'd love to go out there and just pull and have some fun. If I felt that was, you know, viable, I'd pull matches. But
if you
right
compete
now,
officially,
on I want arm wrestling to I want the promotion of arm wrestling to do what we've seen with strongman. I'd love to get to a situation where in 10 years I'm doing arena shows with arm wrestling like we do with Giants Live Strongman. We got the Giants Live this weekend, guys. World Open this weekend, Manchester Arena. It is on. So yeah, I'd love that to be arm wrestling shortly. Oh, we got Jace with a super chat. Jace, thanks for that. Really appreciate it. But Engin, I'm really a cheerful person. Also Engin after Neil's jokes, and then it's put a sort of standard face. I think he's saying you don't love my jokes, Engin. And
most of them I don't understand. So I just remain natural, you know.
Mate, we've existed like that for 20 years and it's always worked. It's always worked. So many times I've been throwing gags in at Engin when we've been in hotel receptions.
If I ask you to explain to me your joke, it will take a long time. So I just say, okay.
Just go with it. Just roll.
And then your accent, British accent, is kind of heavy for me.
Yes.
And also you are speaking very fast.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I used to live in U.S., so I am more familiar with the U.S. accent. I understand what you are saying as well, but when you do joke, it sometimes go too deep, and it may go also a little bit cultural.
Too quick.
You know, once you translate it, it doesn't make sense to you. You need to know, what it means,
Yeah, I 100% get that. It's probably in my best interest on occasion that is actually how it goes, Engin.
The person who speaks English and I don't understand any word is Craig Sanders. Yeah, I don't understand. He speaks, and I was like, I used to multiply 4-digit numbers with each other in my head. You understand? At the end, my brain would just like burning. I would feel like everything is just like hot getting. It is the same when I try to understand what Craig says. Then whenever I listen, I was like this, and then my brain starts burning.
Nobody understands what Craig.
Come on, you understand?
No, seriously. Listen. Craig Sanders' accent when he goes quick as well. Wow. I was once in a car with Craig. We went up to a tournament in Glasgow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, Glasgow, the Glaswegian accent, very thick Scottish accent, speaking really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Craig Sanders, I say to him, Craig, we're lost. I'm like, Craig, wind that window down in the car and just speak to that guy, find out some directions. This is before the days of sat-nav. So we pull over to the side of the road. Craig winds the window of the car down.
This happened in England?
Yeah, well, Scotland. It was in Glasgow.
Scotland, yeah, okay.
He winds the window down. He goes out of the window. He says, excuse me, mate. And he goes off. I swear I did not understand a fucking word that Craig asked this guy. The Scottish guy responded to Craig.
Yeah.
I didn't understand the word he said either. They both spoke I'm talking like a 2-minute conversation.
But they understand each other, huh? They understand each other.
Apparently.
Okay.
Window goes up and Craig just goes, right, I've got it, mate. Yeah. And we set off down the road and he directed us to where we're going. Swear to God, they spoke for 2 minutes, didn't understand a word, not a single word. And I'm English. I have no idea what he said. I was like, what the fuck did that guy do?
Okay. So it's normal that I don't understand anything.
Honestly, if he'd have spoken to me in any language, it wouldn't have been less clear. Not a word. Not a word. He's got like a really thick Brummie accent, really quiet and really fast. Hard as hell.
Yeah.
So most things we do via simulation. You'll have to speak to Craig about that when you next see him.
I hope I see him. Long time I didn't see him. I don't know where I saw him last time.
Craig's probably going to be at Arm Wars, mate. Craig was scheduled to be in the Arm Wars. Yeah, he was going to be pulling, but whether or not that's possible, we'll have to see, because the lad that he was pulling against, Adrian Popescu, is really powerful Romanian puller.
Yeah. But isn't he over 100 kilo guy?
No, 85.
Oh,
really
85.
Strong as hell. You were thinking, you're thinking Bogdan.
No. Who was the guy that had some tough matches with Tom Holland? Who was
that's guy? Adrian. Popescu, but he's 85 kilo.
Oh, I thought somebody told me that he was just like much heavier than
strong lefty, really strong lefty. Now he was good. His right's good as well. He was going to be pulling Craig, but major issue, he's not vaccinated, and unfortunately doesn't want to get vaccinated. And the situation with the Arnold Classic is that if you're not vaccinated, you're not going to be allowed to attend the venue.
Oh, okay.
And probably we're doing the Giants Live Arena show this weekend, and the same rules apply there. When you go, you've got to show proof of vaccination. If you haven't got that, you're not allowed in. So it's problematic. That's going to be one of the issues that we're going to face going forward. And for international travel and so on, I think it's going to be pretty much the same. So, yeah.
So how about if we talk a little bit more about arm wrestling? You choose the subject. You choose the.
It's a good job you're here, mate. Because
what's that?
It's a good job you're here. Because I was off then. I'll talk about any that comes up.
Yep.
Thankfully, you're all arm wrestling. So let's get back onto that. And the question I wanted to ask you, mate, is going on to the Arm Wars Super Series event that's coming up. We've got a couple of guys coming over for that. Obviously,
that is great card. I see it every day. Not every day, but every week you add something more there. It looks already incredible. Did you have any match set for Bojidar or no?
Well, it's funny you should say that, because the same situation applies. If Bojidar can get vaccinated, I would 100% put him into the match that he wanted, which was Vlad the Destroyer.
Oh, right or left?
That's a great match.
Right or left? Right or left?
Both.
Both.
Yeah.
I will tell you something. I think with right arm, it won't be, no disrespect to
Vlad,
but just I think he will hook him, and then once he hook him, he's gonna beat him. But the left arm can be good match, but then I give the edge a little bit to Vlad. Like 51-49 with left arm for Vlad, and then 60-40 for the right arm, my opinion.
Yeah, Bojidar is arguably the best arm wrestler pound for pound in the world, in my opinion, at the moment. He is mega.
We will see.
Mega.
We will see.
Mega full of.
After I come back, we will see that.
Are you coming back now?
I will try. Right now with 1 kilo, I started doing, Paul Maiden, he gave me some advices. He said that, not to stretch my arm all the way, but just do like small range of motion and with very light weight. So I started doing last training, I did 1 kilo, and the last set I tried 2 kilo with right arm.
Yeah.
And it's kind of feeling there is the shape is weird now, and especially if arm is supinated and you put a little bit pressure here, it's just like a small egg. Maybe you see the pictures that I shared, but I don't think that I will quit. I will come back. I can't live without it. You know me better than I know myself.
No, because you
know that some moments that I say something, it's because of the atmosphere of that point. But you see me in a general way that you are saying that I can switch off myself, about the desire of pulling. And then whenever I read, and I was like, this guy knows me better than I know myself, at least about arm wrestling.
100%, mate. I know you're a lifer.
Yeah.
It's funny. My uncle Billy, right? Billy Bryan from Bolton, used to be a boxer. Fought for the world title, Engin. Fought Jackie Brown for the world title. Amazing guy. Loved boxing. Couldn't stop. My Uncle Billy gets to like 90 years old. Okay. Even when he couldn't walk and he couldn't do anything, and he lost his mind. He had Alzheimer's and various other complications. Couldn't remember a goddamn thing. Used to refer to me, he'd speak to me, and he called me Sam. His brother was called Sam. And he was referring to me like as his brother. So he didn't know who he was talking to. But the boxing gene was still in him. He came round to our house one Christmas, and my grandmother on my dad's side's like in her late 80s, okay, comes around to give the Brussels sprouts to Uncle Billy, who's chair-bound, can't move. As she leans over with the Brussels sprouts, boom, Uncle Billy's cracked her with a fucking left. Caught that bitch under the eye. It was, dude.
Yeah, looks like he didn't need to think about it to do it.
No, as far as he was concerned, fuck the sprouts. Bosh.
I kind of think that, if I would be on like a bed, dying, I would still be like,
Yeah, exactly, mate. That's you. That's you. That is you. When your legs are going and you're on the old Zimmer frame, you're going to be the guy that's saying, "Can we get thicker handles on this?" Just so
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah, for sure, for
yeah,
sure.
that's
I
coming.
would
Mate. You're a
try to
lifer.
find a way to do it in a pulling way instead of pushing way. I would just,
Yeah.
I need,
Set
I
me
don't
up
know
some
how it-
ladders. I'll get up.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's coming. Tell you, you'll never give up. You'll never give up. So anyway, let's get back to where we're going.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The
We're talking about the lightweight battleground, first of
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
lightweight battleground. Because
I
like
find
that
it,
mix.
I don't find it fair enough. Like, I kind of think that if Jeff Hale hooks Giannis, Jeff Hale is gonna win pretty quick. If Giannis takes his wrist, then he's gonna win. So I don't see that match being a war. While Mindaugas versus Tom Holland match, possibly, because Tom can pull, he has long reach,
Yes.
and then, but while Mindaugas is incredible pronator. So I kind of think that, Mindaugas versus Tom Holland match, winner of that match will be more tired in the final compared to the Giannis versus Jeff Hale match, So, I mean, those are all great pullers. My opinion, fresh, Mindaugas, like it's arm wrestling. Like Jeff Hale has chance to beat Tom Holland. They both go inside, you understand? But I think that the guy who has chance to beat all those three, Mindaugas. But the hardest match for Mindaugas is Tom Holland between all of them.
And he starts with Tom Holland.
Yeah, that is the thing. No disrespect to Giannis, but I kind of think that when Giannis and Mindaugas goes outside, and especially if they go strap, Giannis has chance to just catch him, But if they go strap, I think Mindaugas will topple Giannis.
Yeah, it's interesting. A lot of people got money on Giannis. A lot of people have been sending me messages saying, "Oh, Giannis has got this. Giannis has got this."
Yeah. But in the draw that you have,
he goes against Hale first round.
I understand, but if Giannis topples Jeff Hale and wins 3 times quick, it's best of what, 5 or
6 rounds?
6 rounds. But the question is, like, after 4 rounds, why would I even try? I wouldn't.
In this instance, there is a reason for that, because the money.
Oh, you pay money for each round?
Yeah, not for each round, but for each win.
I mean,
so,
yeah, but each round you have money. So when you
the
win,
placing is different money. So
but still, I will tell you something. I will tell you something. Unless I just quickly win that match, I would even sacrifice the last 2 rounds just to win the whole event. In my opinion, I would just go.
If you lose the match, you can't come back up once you're down. So it's winners go against winners.
No. I'm talking about after I win 4 rounds, I wouldn't pull last 2 rounds.
Yeah, you just allow them to.
I would just sacrifice last 2 rounds. Okay, you win. There's the same way Arsene Lillier did in the.
You can't though. We have a yellow card system in Arm Wars. If you do that, you sacrifice your money to the other dude.
Oh, of course, the guy is gonna win the last 2 rounds money.
You got to pull. No, it's not for rounds. It's the win money. The win bonus.
Didn't you say the win for each round?
You can't lie down. In other words, you can't lie down. If you lie down in a match, we withhold any payments.
You mean that I'm winning 4 rounds, and the last 2 rounds, if I lay down, I'm going to lose the event?
Correct.
I mean, I would just say, and then, what to do?
If you did it like that, I'd be like, motherfucker, that was acting, and take it, because that was shit then. That was like Travis Page right there.
Yeah.
That was pretty piss poor. Anyway, let's talk about heavyweights.
Oh, those 4 guys.
So, Chance Shaw, a lot of hype behind Chance Shaw of late. And I know he's complimentary
improve his hand wrist solidness. Once someone is applying very solid back pressure, I mean, once he uses his wrist, he is incredible. But there is a small hole there. Once you go far with the back pressure, the guy is losing his wrist. But
how good is Chance Shaw, mate? Can Chance Shaw come through and win this? Can Chance Shaw beat Ryan Espy? Can he beat?
I mean, see, that is the problem. You're talking about the guys who are top rolling. So there is a chance that those guys, I mean, beat him. I think Alex Kurdesha is in the four guys.
Yes.
Okay, and then who is pulling who first round?
Okay, so first round is Kurdesha, Derek Smith. Ryan
okay.
Espy will pull Chance.
Yeah, so those are, I believe that Kurdesha would beat Chance. I mean, if they would pull first rounds, you understand? If
Do you
they
think
would,
who have you got in Ryan Espy and Chance?
Ryan Espy and Chance, like close, I see. Yeah, I mean, there is a possibility Ryan to beat him as well, you know. I don't think that we will see a regular guy that we see. I'm talking about Ryan, you know. I think he will be in great form there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those guys, especially Kurdesha and Ryan, they are going exactly where Chance has some weakness. But
yeah.
Dan Underwood also goes there, but Dan Underwood wasn't able to do the same thing John did to Chance, because Dan's was like more like back pressure, while John started this way and then pronate, you know, to the far side of Chan's hand. So I don't know. I see Ryan versus Chance, a close one.
Yeah.
And I think, no disrespect to Derek Smith, he's a good friend of mine, but I think Kurdesha has better chance against Derek. And then Kurdesha wins the whole event. That's my opinion.
Do you see an opportunity for Derek to beat Kurdesha at all, or do you think that he gets run over?
I mean, in my opinion, I give the edge to Kurdesha, but of course, there's a possibility Derek to win as well. You know, we just see all this from what we see last time. We don't know what's gonna come there. You understand?
Yep.
You never know. Yeah. I mean, if you look at Chance, people can bring you his super match with Ryan Bowen, but in my opinion, the guy is in a different level right now. So you can't judge Chance from that time to this time. So when did we see the last time? I mean, when did we see Ryan last time? When did we see Kurdesha last time? Is Kurdesha gonna be
the last
as
time
good
we
as
saw Kurdesha was the Crassi match?
Yeah, talking
That's
about
the last
long
time we saw
ago.
him active.
Talking about long time ago, you know, almost 2 years ago.
When the hell was that?
I think end of or beginning of 2020 or end of 2019.
Yeah, around there.
Yeah. Just qualification for the top 8. It was
Yeah.
So we don't know what kind of form they are in. We just talk on the paper. You know, we don't know how much horsepower they have.
No.
We don't know how much adjustments they will do, because you know, when you see a guy, if you tell me, Engin, you're gonna compete at tournament, you will see a different Engin. If you tell me you're gonna pull exactly this guy, then you will see different Engin, different preparation. You will see.
Yeah.
If I pull against Arthur, I would do different preparation. For Mindagas, different preparation. For Bojidar, totally different preparation.
100%.
For Bojidar, I would just focus on like my wrist, lat, and pronator, but I wouldn't try to always pronate. I wouldn't train my pronator from here to outside. From here to outside, it means that you are applying a pressure for impossible. You understand? So what I need to do, I need to stay here, not over pronation, but here, and then I need to attack while he's so much supinating. After I stop him here, then I need to attack over his pronator. I need to attack this.
See, you're already working on the match potential.
Oh, come on. I and him, we pull 3 times after 3 events, you know, after pulls, which doesn't mean much, but also means something in a technical way. So if without strap, even you just start as in a half hook, I would still top roll him, you understand?
Yes.
He cannot top roll me. He cannot beat me sideways. He cannot ask him, you know, he will tell you the truth, you know. He tells me exactly. Once it goes strap, then we're talking about different story. So once it goes strap, then I really need to stay in this position, and then I need to train my side pressure with the solid pronator over his pronator. Once I try to pull him, I will only open my bicep, you understand? So I should just use
an
more like
intriguing match, mate, for down the tracks. That's an intriguing match.
Just trust me. I versus Bojidar right now would be the most interesting match ever. It is very, very hard to hook me in a fresh match. Very hard. I mean, ask any of my opponents. And it is very, very hard to topple Bojidar.
What's your time scale?
What's that?
What's your time scale to recover to be able to arm wrestle again?
Probably. I have no idea, but I am already training my finger, wrist, front wrist, pronator, but pronator not with the weights, because if I do with the weights, it will put pressure on my bicep. So you remember my pronator machine just only turns the handle here, but no pressure down, but it just turns around here like this. So no pressure to the arm. So I train pronator with that one. So right now my pronator is about 35-40%. I can do more, but I would like to do
completely
like
lost you, mate.
5% every training, 5%. I don't train pronator every training.
So 2022, that could be a real. Oh, we just had a super chat coming here as well for you, Engin. Yeah. Oh, actually, it's for both of us. SG Records. Thanks for your super chat, mate. Just conscious of time. I'm going to be jumping off here in a minute. Gentlemen, what's your opinion? Trubin versus Hermes.
I think Hermes would win. Hermes beat him when he was 95 kilo, but it was overalls in Zloty.
Yeah.
So overalls doesn't really, I mean,
it's not a good reflection.
Idea, but you can say that Hermes is better than Trubin. But I would tell you, Hermes would beat Trubin, my opinion.
Just a different individual in our win. He's progressed massively, and he's going to take some beating. We've had Darko come in with a super chat. Would love to see Engin again. Was about to ask when he expects to return. Just did do, mate. And thanks for the super chat. I would love to get Engin. I've got a concept for Arm Wars in 2022 where I put these guys into a house.
I need to train for it, for the rules, you know. I need to study, you know. I don't remember exactly. I don't know. Do you have it run and foul and this and that? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Just with left arm, I have been injured from here. About 1.5 years. I didn't train, but after Arthur match, I rested a long time. Now I start right and left training with right, very light. With left, I started going heavier. The left will be ready as well, you know. I would like to get ready. You know, my left is not bad either, you know. I can even pull inside with left, but let's see. I don't know who would be a good match. I versus Bojidar would be good.
Maybe we put a battleground on, and you and Bojidar is the first round of the battleground.
Nah.
Yes, don't.
I mean, depends who are the other two guys, you know. Depends, you know.
Hey, I will come up with something really evil.
But listen, just remember, I'm an old guy, an injured guy, and if you put me in battleground, I may not bring to the end, you know. If you just
don't be saying
provide me a super
round,
match, just single super match, I would prefer single super match.
Yeah, come on, battleground be entertaining. Yeah. Anyway, we can deal with that when we cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yeah,
we can cross that bridge when we come to it. But ladies and gentlemen, we have been on here for like an hour and 5 minutes now, and we got other stuff we got to get on with this evening. But I want to say a massive thank you to everybody that has been in the chat, that's been looking at the show tonight. Thanks for checking us out. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for ignoring that really wrong thumbnail that I put on. I will correct it almost immediately. I want to say that we'll soon be launching an Engin Enigma of Rage Fuck You shirt. Be available soon. You'll be able to buy it. And it won't be long before I'm back on here with the Enigma of Rage. Engin Terzi.
Enigma of Rage, I will block you shirt.
Mate, we could do, joking aside, we could do Engin feeds the hungry. But it'd be a play on words. The hungry arm wrestler.
People will not understand that.
No, well, it's deep, mate. It's I'm putting depth in. Also, we could tag on to what we've developed with Ray and put Engin also loves cats.
As much as Raymond.
Yeah, and then on the back you can put something across the shoulders like,
he also don't mind a dog.
How do you feel about dogs, Engin?
I love them. I love them, but not in the home, in the garden.
See, I want to say that's like a truthful statement. A lot of my T-shirts probably aren't that truthful, but that one is. See, we just came up with that now while we're on here live.
Yeah, Neil. Neil. Like I told you this many times. I want to repeat. Nobody as much as how to say, like in the you like football. People call soccer or something. Yeah. There are some players that like you can put anywhere that you need, you understand, on the field, that that guy is just like almost anywhere he can play, you understand. So you are the type of guy that you can organize event, you can be a commentator, you can ref the match, you can arm wrestle, you can train the guy, you can interview and this and that. So like today I was in a very bad mood, I can't explain the details, but like it's very, very hard for me to say no to you once you say, let's chat about arm wrestling, you understand? So I just wanted to mention that. Yeah.
Mate,
for you,
that's a good thing.
For you, always green,
I absolutely love coming in here and talking to you about arm wrestling, and I'll do it every day. Awesome stuff. And hopefully we get a chance to do it a hell of a lot more. Mate,
Yep.
I want to say thank you for coming on the show. Hope you and your family are well. Please pass on my best to all the guys at the event. If the seniors are on this weekend as well, I hope that goes great. Pass on my best to all my mates over there, Dorset Under. Get the Wolf, Niazi. Love the Wolf. Can't beat the Wolf. Going to send the Wolf a Stoic shirt. The Wolf's a bad mother fluff. I love the Wolf. Kurt Niazi for King.
Yep, he's the king, yeah.
He's the king.
Yep.
Ladies and gents, if this is your first time to Supernatural Strength, please like, share, and subscribe. Let everybody know about it. Have it tattooed on your floppy dog. We got some merchandise available. Check it out in the description. The Stoic gear is now available also. And until we see you next time here on the Supernatural Strength channel, take it easy, peeps.
Take care, guys.
Lovely dart.